Keller here, Enthusiast Auto Group. Today we're in EAG's paint correction and photo studio yet again with a very, very special car. I have to thank the previous owners that thought enough of this car to preserve it so well and reach out to EAG and give us this opportunity to keep it in a very loving and special home. It's had just one owner, it's done just 1,000 miles, and this M6 E63 body style has well, all the makings of being a second opportunity to own, buy, and drive a new condition V10-Powered M6 Super Coupe. Frankly, that's exactly what it is, for a second time in life. This car is a 2007 model, black sapphire metallic, obviously, over the black interior. It's got a pretty heavy window sticker and still has quite a few stickers on it. This is the original warning sticker, letting everybody know that the car has some safety and health concerns that we're going to want to make sure all the markets are aware of. That is the world that we now live in. And, well, I have to say that if you want to go back to a different world, a different time, this is certainly the best way to do it. This is nothing short of a F1 inspired V10, just, again, a super coupe that you know, with just 1,058 miles, is going to provide a whole lot of joy of ownership to somebody that really is just, I don't want to use the word OCD. It's almost been overused, but critically curated collection, I suppose, might be a better use of terminology, because this is where this car should end up. Yet, if somebody wants a second opportunity to go out and drive this thing 10,000 miles a year, that is their prerogative and choice, and we certainly can get behind that too, because if you work that hard, you should be able to do those things in life that, well, you've earned. And, well, this car certainly presents a whole lot of excitement, especially there at wide open throttle once you press that M button, because that's you know, the M drive was just introduced. This is one of the first cars with that M drive function, where you can preset your suspension and have I think 3 different settings of the EDC and 3 settings on the power, 3 settings on the DSC, 6 settings with the transmission. It's just it's a fully programmable setup. Even the heads-up display will have a different function set based on how you program that M drive, and you know that goes from the 400 horsepower normal setup to the 507 horsepower that this S65 will pump out. You know, this engine has a whole lot of technical milestones going for it. I mean, the only V10 M engine ever built for production use. It is so trick relative to the racing program that it has aluminum crankshaft and piston setup that will, I think the pistons weigh 480 grams, I think it is. It's come on, that is some serious performance at a 12-to-1 compression ratio that results with a noise that is just symphonic. Is that a word? It's a symphony of gasoline-powered M performance. There we go. How's that for a one take? The overall condition of this car, though, rivals new. We found just 2 baby imperfections. We did catch a stone there at some point. You can see right there. We'll let that focus, maybe not. There we go. And outside of that, we've not really found any other forward-facing patina that wouldn't be taken care of when we go through and do a very comprehensive multi-step paint correction, which is exactly what takes place in this building every single day. We'll come back to that. The second blemish, if we're really going to be particular and want to split hairs, literally right there is a pair of stone chips, and this is how good our lighting is, because that looks way worse looking through the screen than it does here in real time to my naked eye. We've got our little arrow here indicating where to lift the car up, which is unfortunately something that so many people missed back in the day on the older cars and smashed the rockers, but different story for a different time. Design Q highlight, I love the fact, I love this on Z4Ms too. I mean, Chris Bengal, love him, hate him. That was a pretty cool little design function. Window sticker on the car, $109,190, delivered new to, well, good old BMW San Francisco. We've got a nice little connection out there, and shout out to our friend Henry, who ran that store for quite a long time and provided us with some pretty cool cars, including a M3 Lime Rock GTS inspired version that's back there, that's become the EAG track weapon of choice as of late. But a lot of good options here. We've got the well, the comfort access, the carbon fiber trim, the heads-up display, the high-def radio, satellite high-def radio. That was, I think, one of the first. This was one of the first cars to even offer HD radio. And so, yeah, pretty heavy sticker. We've got both keys. Everything that you would have received when buying this car new, including the little escape handle if you lock somebody in the trunk. That is a thing that was required to be installed in period. We've got it all. The car will go through the full EAG Rejuve program and recommission this car to basically new condition for a second time. And a lot of people ask, you know, when you got a car this low of mileage, you know, isn't it a waste? Isn't there a whole lot of stuff that you're going to have to do and fix just because of its, you know, attrition and aging? And there is a fair amount of stuff that we're going to update and have updated. Of course, the tires are going to be the most important thing first and foremost based on that age. But yes, fluids, filters, and the hoses and all that will be checked. But, you know, this is of an era, especially having lived in California, that, you know, they do age relatively well and don't have a lot of those issues from sitting, so long as they've been started and electrical systems have been kept up, and we don't have a whole lot of you know, dead capacitors on all the different control modules and things. I don't expect, nor has there been any historical issues plaguing this particular E63. So I do expect, as with all the EAG cars once completed through the Rejuve program, you know, we're going to set that next owner up for success and provide them not only with a continual level of support throughout their ownership, but the best workshop in their area after that car arrives via enclosed transport, and ensures that there's no cars above it leaking that good old toxic brake fluid or any of the other issues that come with shipping cars. That's when you fill out these little bill of ladings during the shipping process. We use the same though for our photography, making sure we don't miss any of those condition related details when we are selling all these cars out of state sight unseen, as we've, well, been working on perfecting over the last 2 decades. The studio here does have quite a few really cool cars that we'll take another quick one lap. We have a M Roadster here. Congratulations to Peter. This is a really fantastic example for the mileage. Looking forward to getting that off to its new home. As well as congratulations in order to Brian, another E28 M5. This never even hit the market before it was spoken for, and that's the importance of making those phone calls and building those relationships with us, so we know who's looking for what, so we can feed the right cars to those enthusiasts. This is the Dynan Stage 2 2003 model that we bought from the original owner out in California, just 51,000 miles on this one, which is a perfect segue to the other Dynan S2 that's now made its way to the photo studio. This is a 2002 model, a 2-owner car with just 14,000 miles, and I have to say that the difference between driving a stock M5 and a Dynan S2, well, I shouldn't discount the stock M5, because it is a marvelous, marvelous car that in stock form is the best sedan BMW's ever built, frankly, in my opinion, especially if you want to use it. The E28 gives it a great run for its money, and the E39 is only as good as it is because of the E28. But that analog nature and overall feel is certainly accentuated so well once you add all the Dynon accoutrement to it, that give it a little bit more edge and takes that performance level and engineering scope to again, as far as those engineers probably wanted to go, but probably just couldn't from a market, global market standpoint. There are a lot of requirements and rules that even back then had to be adhered to. And well, good old Steve, and thankfully his relationship with BMW and between the Daytona prototype racing program and the engine relationship he had with all the race teams. I mean, that engine, I think, received more developmental money than any other engine through Dynon's program over the years. So the S2 level certainly is a rippin' car. So if you are interested, we've got 4 of them on property. We have sold one of them just since we made the last video, and we're still planning on hopefully getting all 4 of them together for another video. Congratulations are in order to Steve out in Connecticut. This 2002 titanium silver M5, I expect, will serve you very, very well, as it has the last 3 Enthusiast EAG has placed it with over the years. And well, I do say that the final paint correction and well, upgrades that you've employed us, or commissioned us, I should say, to add to the car will certainly add to your driving satisfaction level. Certainly excited to get this out to you here very soon. Well, we saw that in an earlier video, Chris. Again, another rejuve that's paint correction is coming to an end. And last but not least, the EAG track weapon of choice, the GTS inspired Lime Rock. It is a Lime Rock Park edition that has all of the genuine GTS accoutrement down to the brakes. That's a good, clean, hopeful 1 lap through the studio in this M6 body shop local customer car, I guess, not to glaze over the 2 Series there. But do reach out if you have any interest in this M6. We don't do many of the V10s. When we received this call with just 1,000 miles and a 1-owner car from California, we just couldn't help ourselves. It's a fantastic example, and one that we're certainly excited to bring to market. If you've got a really well-preserved and well-loved car that you care for deeply and want to keep it in a great enthusiast path, well, please do reach out to us, and we'll do our best, as we always do, to keep that in a really awesome home that's going to love, preserve, and enjoy the car just as you'd hope the next owner would, taking a deep appreciation for your love and care up to this point. So thanks for tuning in. Subscribe for more. See ya.